So this beautiful barnyard wedding, they were holding it on a family member's property. Everything was perfect until after the ceremony. We were supposed to lead right into the dinner, and the bridesmaid that was supposed to be handling the seating chart wasn't able to print it. So after the ceremony, I have 150 people headed my way into the designated area for dinner, and there's no seating chart. So at the time, what I did was I went ahead and screenshot a picture of the seating chart and I passed it to my assistant. And I had to also take your assistant that day. Welcome back to the Marvelous Moments podcast. Today we're here to shoot episode 3, and we're here to talk about the things couples don't realize until it's too late. I'm here with Fashawn from our photo and video team, so we can just talk about the things that we've gone through in the past 5 years working in the industry.
Yeah, I think this episode is kind of more about let's talk about our wedding experiences, our first couple clients, and how that made us realize that, day of coordination, photography, videography, even other vendors all kind of seamlessly go together.
Right. So let's talk about our first bride. That was Destiny, and that was
Yes,
her
yes,
wedding
yes.
on the beach somewhere in Melbourne,
Yeah,
Paradise
so
Beach.
just to give some context about Destiny, we met Destiny. We were just trying to build our portfolio at this time, and this is back in 2020.
Back when we were doing decor as well.
Yeah, Marvelous Moments essentially was supposed to be like we're gonna do everything, and we had the big notion that we can do everything. But so she came through us. Cynthia was hired as the planner coordinator.
Decor.
Oh, planner, planner coordinator and decor.
Yep.
Yeah, we did all of it. So she was hired for all of it. She had even started building the arch in our in our backyard, and then she kept it in our garage for like 3 months
Right.
because we just really wanted to get everything set up for her. And it's like it was a huge arch too.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, after all of that, the client hired me as just a videographer, I think. So I was just there capturing video for the client. Give you some context about the wedding there. We had to basically haul that big arch, take it into a U-Haul. This is where we realized, I don't think decor is for us.
We quickly realized that decor was not for us. But basically, we got there the day of. We scoped out the scene. We had a lot of hiccups when it came to decor in terms of the lifeguard complaining that the arch was too high, obscuring his view, so we had to move it.
Even the glass vases.
Right. We had to scrap the idea of flowers and vases, and we had to actually plant the flowers in the sand. So then, get done with all of that. Here we are with our team of 4 using our headsets, trying to figure out where the bride was going to enter, where the groom was going to be standing, where the guests were going to be seated.
And you got to remember, this is all public spacing. So it's like we
Right.
didn't zone this for us.
Right. So with the fact that it was a public beach, we had to make sure that we begged people, please just give us a few minutes trying to get through this ceremony.
Can you imagine the bride not having you there to do that, though? Can you imagine her trying to do that herself?
That's when we kind of switched gears and realized that coordination was more important than us trying to do decor for weddings. That way we can deliver without people coming into the shots and basically messing up the whole ceremony.
Yeah, because without the coordinator, you as the bride, you're the star. How are you supposed to coordinate and then jump back into the star role, and then your maid of honor, your mom, your aunt? I don't know. I want them to enjoy the moment with you. I don't want them working.
Right.
That's just my personal take. If they want to, they can, but I just know most people have families, they have work
no one
lives.
can be fully present if they're also working the event, and that's why coordination is so important. You let me handle that so that everyone can kind of stay in their roles and do what they need to do the day of.
Yeah, I definitely agree, because having the support like that makes the wedding flow so much more seamlessly. But to flow into our next client or our next bride and groom, our next wedding experience that we realized, coordination is just like a must with photography and videography, was one of our clients that had like an outdoor wedding hosted at their
Jessica and Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this beautiful barnyard wedding, they were holding it on a family member's property. Everything was perfect until after the ceremony. We were supposed to lead right into the dinner, and the bridesmaid that was supposed to be handling the seating chart wasn't able to print it. So after the ceremony, I have 150 people headed my way into the designated area for dinner, and there's no seating chart. So at the time, what I did was I went ahead and screenshot a picture of the seating chart and I passed it to my assistant, and I had to also take your assistant that day.
Yeah, I do remember that moment because I'm packing up all my stuff. We had just captured the ceremony, and I'm just kind of get ready for the reception footage. Don't really need that much gear, so I'm
And
just
then you saw me struggling.
yeah. I saw, actually, it was Teresa. She saw you struggling. Teresa's your niece, and she's like, Auntie's struggling. I'm like, go over there, go see what's going on. And I think you guys like
We
took a
divided and
yeah, you
conquered
took a picture of the list, sent it into the group chat text message, and then you guys all like got everybody seated. But it
pretty
was
quickly. Yeah.
but what also was funny about that event too, was just that when the caterers got there, they didn't know where to put the food.
Right.
So
So there was some miscommunication about what table the food was going to go on. So originally, the caterers placed the food on a table that was designated for guests, and the bride was furious. She started to freak out. The caterers thought there was going to be a designated table for them, so they didn't bring a table. So I had to go to the person who owns the property and ask them if they had anything. Luckily, in a shed in the back, there was some fold out tables that we were able to utilize. So we had to then move all the food onto that table so that the table for the guests wasn't taken.
yeah, that's why with as a wedding and photographer, videographer, I've been to now hundreds of weddings. So it's like when I went to one of my recent weddings back in 2024 in Davie, Florida, just having the coordinator there, her saying, you know, parents of the groom, parents of the bride, groom's family, bride's family, we're able to flow the group family photos after the ceremony so much more faster. Everyone's able to go into cocktail hour, enjoy that experience together, and then we're able to get ready for the reception because you, as the coordinator, you're able to just keep everybody on task. So that way they're not losing time, but also the bride and groom are not toasted for their bridal shoot. And that's truly my favorite part as, the photographer, videographer, content creator, is that bridal photo shoot.
Right.
So
So there's been many times where we've seen where that bridal photo shoot spills so far over that the couple is toasted. They're exhausted. They haven't had a moment to themselves. They can't even join cocktail hour. So just having a coordinator there just helps that to flow so much smoother so that everybody can enjoy and utilize the time because most of these venues also have a time limit. So if you spend 2 hours doing your photo hour, you missed
well,
out.
the photo hour doesn't usually go that long. It's usually that the photo hour gets cut because something fell behind. So
Right.
it's not like the photo hour went long. It's that we're running out of time to do the photo hour because as your content creator, with Capture Vishan, my goal is to get those viral moments, but I still need my team in Marvelous Captures to get the standard shots, the standard looks, the ones that you'll hang up on the wall, the ones that you'll look back to on the YouTube video. So that's why I have, like my guy Steven, my guy Randy, they're there capturing those moments while I can be the creative vision for the other videos.
And that's where I come into play. I act as a buffer. So no matter what goes wrong or what time is lost, I'm able to figure out how we can catch up and still get everything done so that you can make your full story. That's why we've decided to bundle in day of coordination with all our photo and video packages, just so we don't have situations where a bride is crying on the day of, parents are confused, the guests are confused.
Yeah, yeah. As when I don't have you present, or any coordinator present, it's glaringly obvious, and the wedding just doesn't flow. It lacks some kind of magic. So without it, I always tell every bride we need to bundle in the day of coordination. So that is why, like she said, we have the day of coordination package bundled in with our photography and videography because with that, she'll make sure that the storyline flows. So with your video, I do want to make a cinematic video for you. So it feels almost like a movie. Like you guys could see this on Netflix. So that is my goal, but I can't do that if bride is crying, like you said, mom and dad are not happy, if everybody's just upset. Everyone should be having a great time, enjoying this moment.
That's why we started this business. We're here to make sure that the bride and groom have a really good time. I mean, most of the times when you've saved for your wedding, you've been saving for years. This is a moment that you just don't get back. So we're here to make sure it goes smoothly.
Yeah, because you're paying thousands of dollars and you don't want to look back at this moment and realize that you're just trying to get through it. It's about enjoying this moment because you shouldn't be, you don't theoretically do it again, right? So I hope not.
And that's why when brides want to pass off responsibilities like making sure that everything flows smoothly to a bridesmaid or mother and aunt, it's not really a good idea because they have their distinct roles the day of. That's why when I come in with coordination, I'm there to make sure everything gets done because a family member can't do it all.
Yeah, after hundreds of weddings, I've seen some family members do it. I've seen, not some family members don't even do it. And nobody does it. And it's just the wedding is just
A
there.
mess.
So
Yeah.
yeah, there's no flow. How do we don't know what's next. So without that coordinator, we can't get to that next level, get to that next step, or even execute properly for your bridal photo shoot, which, like I said, is my favorite part.
And a lot of times brides think they don't need the coordination, but that's kind of why we've bundled in the service. So it's not something that you have to think about. We've already decided it's something you need.
Thank you guys for watching episode 3. Stay tuned for episode 4 of the Marvelous Moments podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe.